Blast me to the mortal realms! It's time for the Mad Merlin's review of Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer Encounters 1 by Hachette Partworks and Games Workshop. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Mad Merlin's Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer magazine review. So today we have a special issue, and this is our first Encounters magazine, which includes the Ogor Moor Tribe's Tyrant. So there he is. There's an Ogor looking very brutal. And yeah, so this is section D, Encounters 1. So there's going to be more of these hopefully. But it's really cool. It's actually a great value for money. This was a exclusive to subscribers only. And it's £10 for a model that is normally £25. And we get a cool little magazine with some background, some paint guides, and a new little mission to play. Plus, on the back, we have a pretty cool little cutout there to photograph our model once he's all done. So we'll take a look at the insides in a second. But first off, don't forget to, of course, like the video if you are enjoying the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course don't forget to check all my links and stuff to help support the channel. You can also support the channel by commenting down below. Let me know what other Stormbringer stuff you're thinking will be coming soon. Me personally, I'm hoping we get more character packs, and part of me is hoping for something rat-shaped. But let's dive into this exclusive little magazine. So here we have our pack. And here we have it. So our magazine here, we have our frames. Let's zoom in a little bit more. So we can take a close look at that rather awesome looking Ogor. So he's pretty cool. One of my favorite models they released recently. I was tempted to pick this guy up in the battle box that he came out in, which I believe was against Flesh Eater Courts, but due to financial trouble at the time, they sadly didn't get picked up. You see he's got a little trophy rack there. We've got a Beast of Chaos, a Stormcast, and a human skull there. He's got a massive stone maul, which he uses to mash up his meat, and we have a giant spear as well, and yeah, a flayed skin cloak as well, because Ogors don't like to waste anything from their meals. And he's got a pistol in his holster there, and an extra stabbing knife as well, and even his boots have little vicious steel toe caps on. We also get a 50mm round base for him to go on, because he's quite a big chunky lad. So yeah, pretty cool. So let's see what this magazine looks like. So as I mentioned in an earlier video, I do have kind of high expectations for this. The character pack we got at the end of Imperium with Inquisitor Greyfax was really amazingly well done, and it had loads of new things that I really wish they'd done another character pack with. Giving us tutorials on how best to photograph models was kind of cool. Really in-depth paint guides and learning a few new techniques as well. It was a really good pack, so I'm hoping this one is something similar. So we got the Ogor Tyrant there. We got all about the Ogor Moor Tribes here. So devouring destroyers. So we see our Tyrant here leading a force of Ogors up against a Chaos Horde. Yeah, we've got a nice gallery here of Ogor models. Yeah, so the Ogor Moor Tribes are nomads and mercenaries, so they often get hired out by various other factions. And they're very individualistic as well. There used to be loads of awesome unique models. You'd have like a pirate, a ninja, a female Ogor as well. They were really characterful army, and one I really wish I had tried collecting back in the days of fantasy. So we got our More Tribes Tyrant battle record here for him. A Tyrant is a mountain of muscle, flesh, and steel. He rules by might, leading his armies from the front in barbaric conquests. Each Tyrant is a hardened veteran, armed with crude but battle-proven weapons, as well as trophies stripped from the half-eaten corpses of his foe. So yeah, what half doesn't get eaten gets used as trophies and clothing. Not a very nice civilization. So we got a table chart here to roll for his name and his particular more path to glory. A little bit here about the no guts, no glory motto that the ogre or tribes live by. Then we have another table here, so his ravenous appetite and his last name. So then we can name him there. And his great deeds as well, so when he completes them in a battle. So now our build guide here is a very quick and simple build guide, as he's not made of many components. And he's a pretty cool looking model anyway, and fairly open to reaching areas with paint. So yeah, glue the body and legs together plus the cape. Then we attach the horns to go on his gut plate, his spear and his head. Then we glue his hammer together and glue that on before attaching the shoulder pads and his trophy rack. And we glue him down to his base. And then for our paint guides, let's see how they paint this guy. So we start with a base coat of Catachan flesh, then picking out his actual flesh with Corax white. We'll then use Balor brown, which we haven't got yet, to paint his trousers, Abaddon black to paint his beard and any straps and his boots. Then we use lead belcher to pick out all the metalwork, retributor armor to pick out the trim, and Runelord brass, another paint we haven't got yet, and we're using that to pick out the brass around the hammer there. Wraithbone is used to pick out any skulls and horns. Corax white is used for his loincloth there. We're using Dawnstone as well as Catachan flesh and Corax white for his cape. Cantor blue for the little potion bottle strapped to his waist. Catachan flesh for the leather and cork. And then we're tidying up with whites. Next up, we're shading. So we're pretty much putting a shade over the majority of the areas we painted. So the brown, the metal, the blue, we're painting with Nuln oil. Then Agrax Earth shade on the brown, the brass, that's the one, the flesh areas. Then we're using Skeleton Horde, which again we're getting later on all the straps and the horns. Griff Charger Grey on his loincloth, and Reichland Flesh Shade to paint his flesh and the gold areas. So for highlights, we get Night Questor Flesh, which is used to highlight all the brown details. Wraithbone is used to pick out the Balor brown areas and the stitching. Stormhost Silver is going to be used to highlight pretty much all our metals, so the brass, the gold, and the silver. We relay a Cantor blue and then pick out Teclis blue with highlights on the bottle and the jewel on the end of his dagger. And a little spot highlight with White Scar at the end. Then using White Scar to highlight the flayed flesh ridges on the cape here and the bandages as well as the horns. So yeah, just take your time going around, or even using White Scar to highlight his lip there, and make sure you touch the beard up afterwards with Abaddon black. And then we're highlighting again. White Scar's been used for a lot of stuff, highlighting the stone mace as well. Finally then, we're using Dawnstone to highlight his beard. We're making a glaze with corn red to glaze his hand, and then highlight with squig orange. Then we're painting the gold studs, so pretty much base coat with Retributor armor, shade with a tiny amount of Reichland Flesh shade, and a dot highlight of Stormhost Silver. Silver studs are pretty much the same, but this time we're using Lead Belcher, Nuln Oil, and Stormhost Silver. Picking out the eyes, we use Catachan Flesh for the mouth, eyes and teeth. Then white scar, we give a layer to the eyes and then pick out the individual teeth. Then a dot of Abaddon black for the pupils. And painting the base, so we use catch and flesh all over the base, which you could have just done when you base coated the entire model. Then we're applying Agrellum Badland cracking paint. Once that's dried and cracked, we can apply Agrax Earthshade, dry brush with Wraithbone, and paint the rim of the base with catches and flesh. And there we have a rather awesome looking model, and I think I might paint him up this particular way actually. Looks quite nice. Saves me having to figure out what to do. But yeah, he does look really cool. Nice in-depth paint guide. Gives us a nice hint at paints that are going to come in the future. And yeah, there we have a war scroll for him. So yeah, pretty cool. So he'll be added to our destruction faction. And yeah, pretty cool guy. Yeah, he does look good. They've gone to a few extra steps here. They've done a recess on the gut plate there, making it look like it's oxidizing, which is pretty cool. Yeah, picked out some extra details, but it does really look really cool. So they've actually got a pretty good close approximation to what the actual model does look like, which is pretty good. And then, yes, we got a nice little how to take a photograph. So making a choice of camera, you can either use your phone, which is perfect, or if you've got a camera, use your camera. Making sure you choose the correct angle to take them from, getting a nice sharp focus, making sure you are using the cropping techniques correctly. Don't crop him with the table showing. You want to crop it so that you have this beautiful background. And yeah, making sure you are well lit, of course. I have a beautiful proper photography light that I use, and I got my black backdrop here. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that, and we can upload it to the Facebook page, which is cool. And yeah, like I said, back page then is cut out here, fold in half, and then that's your little display. So yeah, definitely going to have to paint mine up this way. I'll have to pick up a few of the paints that I don't have. So catch and flesh, I need to pick one up of. Griff Charger Grey, I'm going to have to pick one up. Night Quest or Flesh, I'll have to get. Techless Blue, I actually have, but I've hardly ever used. Squig Orange, I'll have to get. And that's pretty much it. I have everything else, but yeah. That was an impressive little magazine, and I think, yeah, well worth the £10 I paid for it. It got a really cool character. Like I said, this guy is normally £20 individually. I've been meaning to pick him up for a while just to paint, because Ogors are kind of cool. I might even get myself a small collection of Ogors at some point, pick some up. And yeah, see if I can make a small little attachment force. But there we have it. So let me know what you thought of this first Encounters pack. Give me your predictions for future Encounters packs. I'm expecting us to get ones that will supplement each faction. So these guys supplements Destruction, so I reckon we'll get one for Order, possibly one of the factions we don't collect at the moment. So I'm trying to think off the top of my head, possibly something from Daughters of Cain. The Melusai Medusa would be nice, or possibly maybe something from Fire Slayers, possibly. I don't know. There's quite a few different other Order factions that they could do a pretty cool model from. But yeah, it's nice, gives a little bit of extra choice to flavour our collection. And yeah, looking forward to future issues of this. Who knows, it might even be future issues that add some extra Ogors to our collection. But yeah, Let me know what you thought about this in the description below, in the comment section down below. Did you even pick one up? If not, you have missed out on quite a treat, and I hope you've enjoyed my little dip into this. So yeah, I'm going to build him up, but I probably won't paint him yet. I'm going to need to pick up a few extra paints first. But thank you all for watching. If you think I deserve it, please give this video a little like, and of course subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time for more mad content. Thank you and goodbye.